this conference is so great. Thank you so much for, I lost it. Okay. Well, I want to say thank you first to Linda right now, because she just went off the screen, and I was flashing back to when I moved to Colorado and joined AAUW here. I went to my first fall leadership conference, and Brenda Wolf was president, and she did a presentation on the AAUW website. And I was so grateful for that, because it really let me in. And Linda is introducing you to the website now as it is and how they've revised it. And it does give you so much. My two favorite spots there are the webinars and, of course, the DEI toolkit. And Julia gave you a lot of information about diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. And so that's going to shorten my talk. And I also wanted to say thank you to Jennifer and Anna for what they shared with us and how important Nick Whistle is and what we can do about it. This Fall Leadership Conference to me is a wonderful opportunity for all of our branch board members and people who may want to serve in the future or who've served in the past and want to refresh and learn new things. It's great. Diversity, equity, and inclusion and belonging is a topic that AAUW is really pushing hard with, and it fits into everything. Jennifer posted a thing about empathy that is so important for every single member, whether you're a current leader or not, in giving that smile to people that you meet coming into a meeting. It may be their first, or they may have had a bad day or whatever, but that empathy works for all of us. And I want to go back and look at that, what she shared, and digest a little bit more in my own thinking. My opening statements had to do with, remember the founders, the women in 1881 who had gotten college degrees and were facing so much that they united to make opportunity for women. Now, each of us have our own reasons for having joined AAUW, and we go by that. But our mission as a whole is advancing women for women through advocacy, education, and my mind went blank on the third, and I lost my skill of finding my notes. But we have that opportunity, and what can we ourselves do to improve as individuals and as a branch? One of the things I wanted to bring up is that we all have, hopefully, wills and trust of what's going to happen to what we have. How are we handing it on? And have we looked at that of giving something to individuals, or through AAUW, the Legacy Circle, that we have that opportunity to pass on to others opportunity, because we know how important it is. I'll add it at the end in the Q&A or the chat about the link to giving in that. And the other thing from the national website, webinars, there are so many webinars over a number of years. And I've talked about one of them, our most recent one, the Global Human Trafficking, which links in with the current movie that some people may have seen. That one is available, and they have them through webinars. That little looking glass or eyepiece that Linda mentioned is so worthwhile that you can click on webinars and it tells you. A couple of others that stood out to me recently were America Calling, a foreign student in a country of possibility. That was done 2 years ago right now, but it is so relevant and helps us as far as our scholarships are concerned as well. And then a year ago in October, Until I Am Free, Fannie Lou Hamer's enduring message, a slave, and what that issues still going on. Currently, we have news of abortion control. We have news of no relief of student debt, and women carry most of a good portion of that. And at universities, how I lost the word, access to the universities of giving many more people, and now that's more limited. So those are issues that we can continue to talk about and look at how we use our scholarships. And our two Nick Whistle representatives today gave us so much about how scholarships have been important to them and where they came from and where they're going. Those things are of value. That's most of what I wanted to talk about. And I wanted to end with the comment, together, we can achieve a vision of equal opportunity for all. Thank you. And next, I want to hand off to Sue Bodis.
Hey.
Go ahead, Sue.
Okay. It is my pleasure to fill you in today a little bit about the bylaws and a little bit of Colorado history. In March, I wrote an article in Connects, which gave a very brief overview of AAUW's history. AAUW Colorado and its branches have been a part of AAUW since the late 20s. The first convention of the Colorado Division, which is what states were called at the time, was held September 24th of 1927. Within the first 25 years, the Colorado Division helped to create what is now known as the Dr. Florence Rena Sabin Fellowship Fund. The Colorado Division hosted its first association convention in 1939. In 1940, because the state of Colorado ranked 46th out of 48 states in educational funding, the Colorado Division Legislative Committee became active in promoting adequate funding for education. This eventually led to the passage of Colorado's Public School Foundation Act. In 1949, AAUW changed its bylaws to accept women of any eligible college. Prior to this, membership was composed almost entirely of women with advanced degrees. By 1951, the Colorado Division included 24 branches and 2,291 members. AAUW Colorado would later grow to around 30 branches and over 3,000 members. Colorado Division hosted another association convention in 1963, organized an interbranch council for branches in the Denver area, helped to promote the passage of Title IX in 1972, and advocated for the passage of the Equal Rights Amendment. In the first legislative workshop in 1964, this later became Public Policy Day. In 1982, the Colorado Lobby Corps was formed to advocate for AAUW's public policy priorities. By 1987, when AAUW voted to admit men as members, Colorado Division Public Policy Focus was a force to be reckoned with at the state legislature. At about the same time, the term division was dropped and we became AAUW of Colorado. Entering the 21st century, membership requirements for AAUW were expanded to allow for graduates with a variety of associate degrees. The dynamics of the new century brought challenges for many organizations, such as AAUW, which saw declining membership and difficulties in filling leadership positions. AAUW Colorado created its website and began to electronically distribute its newsletter. In 2010, our state received an impact grant to educate the public on ballot and election issues through social media. And in 2012, the state recognized 50 continuous years of public policy programs. The organizational actions approved at the association conventions of 2007 and 2009 were designed to create new governance at the national level and comply with IRS regulations for 501c3 organizations. Under the new bylaws, state and branches became affiliates of the national organization and were required to restate their bylaws to reflect the new relationship. In 2015, the AAUW Colorado Strategic Plan was developed, and a plan to restructure the board was initiated. The COVID epidemic pushed states and branches into the world of Zoom. We more than met the challenge of continuing to provide outstanding programs and governance to our members. Branches and states and the state created new ways to promote programming, to support attendees at Nick Whistle, and raise funds for National's Greatest Needs Fund and local scholarships. Today, AAUW Colorado has 11 branches and approximately 600 members. Our challenge is to focus on what changes need to be made to effectively operate and promote the AAUW mission, while providing for effective leadership and growth at the state and branch levels. The presentations earlier today by Julia Brown and Elizabeth Hayes provided some excellent ideas for accomplishing this goal. This is not a top-down process. We are not being told how to change. Rather, AAUW is encouraging each state and branch to take the opportunity to closely look at how it operates and decide what will work best going forward. Once the state and branches determine how they want to operate, bylaws will have to be updated. As the state bylaws chair, I will be available to help make the necessary bylaw changes. I encourage branches to take advantage of the bylaws toolkit on the AAUW website, which has already been mentioned several times today. I look forward to working with the branches and over the next 3 years to complete this process.
Thank you.
I'm open for questions, or we can, I can turn it over to Joan.
I'm looking for questions, Sue. I don't have
any in the Q&A right now, but I'm looking. They'll be hearing more from you as the year goes by, I know.
Absolutely, yes.
I did have a couple of questions that were just ahead of what you were talking about, and I would like to say, are there new changes in the national bylaws that we must incorporate? Mary wants to know.
With the passage of the bylaws in 2023, I have to assume that there will be, and that there will be information coming from national about those changes. And we will probably see some of that in the bylaws toolkit that is on the
Okay.
national website.
So
But I
following
don't think, I don't think it's there right now.
Got it.
I haven't taken a look at it lately.
Okay. I had one other question from Jane Miller. Hi, Jane. She's asking if, let me see, I lost it. How much of the website, the AAW.org website, is open access and what parts are members only? I just want to share that the whole site is available. There is a login feature if you wish to donate, renew, or do some other member activity, but it doesn't restrict any of the other parts of the site. So AAW.org is available to everyone. And let me just add, don't forget that to get to the AAUW of Colorado website, you need to enter AAUW Colorado, and it will give you the login as it gets you to that website. So I encourage you to go there for all of the information you want at the state level. So anything that bylaws Sue's talking about would be at both levels, at the national level and at the state level.